dreams, now let them go. Wait on me. There are still things these old eyes want to see.
I initially was inspired by my dad. I think during school I used to draw a lot, so I loved drawing when I was young, just for fun. When I got a little older and married, my husband's grandfather came and stayed with us to paint these beautiful old historian type dresses and women. And I just asked him lots of questions when he came out to stay with us, and he totally encouraged me to pick up the paintbrush and showed me all I needed to do to paint. And so I realized right away that I wasn't very good, and drawing was a necessity for being a painter. So I started taking lots of life drawing classes and just loved it from the very start. Well, first of all, I'd have to say it's my heritage. My grandfather was a Texas true grit cowboy, and he just also was in the Army, and he broke horses in the Army, so that was his lifestyle, and somewhere along the line I think it got me also. And I know I had a picture of him as a young cowboy, and he was out on the range, and it was one of those old-time pictures, and I ended up painting it just because I loved the whole feel of it. And he's the cowboy all the way to the left. It was just a wonderful picture, and it was black and white, so it was a real experience for me to transfer that to a sepia color that gave it some character. One of my paintings that I've done is called Mischief, and that was also inspired by the love of the cowboy. And this group of cowboys were from Wyoming. The picture was taken in Wyoming, but what sort of grabbed me was these cowboys all had different hats on, so they were sort of from different areas. And the one cowboy, the horse behind him was taking a bite out of his hat, so that's what made it Mischief. Well, this particular painting won the Arizona Cowboy Poets in 2010. They pick one painting a year to be their theme for the year, for the poets to write and musicians to write songs and music about and poetry about. Well, this particular painting was inspired by my love of the cowboys, and that also you'll see in a lot of different paintings that I do. But one of the things that I was really honored with is there was a great roster of cowboy artists before me that won the Arizona Cowboy Poets, and like Joe Beeler, Ray Swanson, to name a few. This particular painting started out with a vision of this cowboy and this horse getting together. The cowboy was given this horse because he was just a wild horse. It went through a number of owners, and I think it even broke a few owners' legs trying to break him and could not. So someone ended up giving him to this cowboy, and this cowboy, Jeremy Clough out of Queen Creek, Arizona, I consider him kind of a horse whisperer, and he had taken this horse and trained him, and it's just a beautiful, amazing horse now. And I love the connection of the two, and my initial vision was him sitting on a bale of hay with this horse over the top of him, and this connection between the two. And it had a story. It was this wonderful cowboy horse story without even telling you the story. And so I just love that. Well, when I did the setup, as I do, and put everything as you would a play in the pieces and parts together, well, the dog came into the picture unexpectedly, and stuck his head on the cowboy's lap, and the cowboy reached down to pat him, and the horse moved in instead of being up above the cowboy, and it just was beautiful, and it just happened. And I love that, because sometimes you can set things up exactly the way you want them, but this was even better. So to allow nature to take its course is a beautiful thing to me, and I love that. Many different ways. It can come from an old photograph, as in Young Wranglers, right? I just loved that. I have, and transfer it onto either, first of all, maybe a piece of paper to kind of get the idea that I'm trying to create. And then I do a lot of little sketches, and a lot of the sketches that you're looking at there are sketches from my ideas of people, and practicing people, and working and doing little and trying to work on characters, and just being able to bring something I see alive. And a lot of times these are wonderful little works of art that are appreciated, and they're just a lot of fun for me, and they really inspire me. I am a colorist, so I love lots of color when I paint. I don't always use every bit of it, but it's there if I see a need. So this is the way my palette is set up, and I love to see the ability to be able to mix a lot of colors together to create what I want. But I think also a person could study color for their whole life and never learn all there is. So it's a wonderful challenge to keep going and growing and learning. To keep going like I've done. I love what I'm doing. I'm growing all the time. I'm taking classes and workshops, and I think that's the one thing I love about this profession. You could study your whole life and you'll never stop learning. Well, and after 15 years of this process of learning and growing, this is where I am today.
Hello, I said hello. Here are your dreams, now let them go. Wait on me. There are still things these old eyes want to see.